name's Bob McIlvaine. I lost my son Bobby at the World Trade Center on September 11, 2001. In fact, right over there at the North Tower, he was one of the first found that day. Took Bobby home that week. And since that day, I've been trying to find out what the truth of 9/11 has been. I don't want to be looked at as a victim. The people of the world have to understand what the truth of 9/11 was. And not only understand the truth, but these people have to be held accountable. My son was murdered, and the story they have given us is all bullshit. I have this here. It's a useless piece of junk. The people that ran this commission were useless. They walked into the commission, their only job was to parrot the information that the government gave them. They were mandated not to blame anyone. I went to all the commission hearings. I came out of there sick. These are the people, these are the gatekeepers of the government. So somehow, some way, and really it's up to the press. And there's a lot of people out there in the alternative press that are pressing these issues, but we have to get mainstream press. Once they come out and start talking about this, then maybe the people of this country will realize that this is going to happen, that we will hold these people accountable. To this day, then, to that end, then I'll just keep speaking up for the truth.
We represent many 9/11 victims' family members whose questions were never answered by the Commission report. 70% of the questions weren't answered. Thomas Key and Lee Hamilton said that they were set up to fail, stonewalled by the FBI. And I wanted your opinion on the disgrace and disrespect that the family members were put through.
Well, my response is not going to be satisfactory because you said you wanted my opinion.
Of course, yes.
And, you know, NBC News doesn't pay me to have an opinion.
We are on the phone with New York Fire Department Lieutenant David Restuccio. Lieutenant, where are you right now?
I'm at the corner of Northmore Street and Greenwich Street.
Can you confirm it was number 7 that just went in?
Yes, sir.
And you guys knew this was coming all day?
We had heard reports that the building was unstable and that it eventually would either come down on its own or it would be taken down. I would imagine it came down on its own. And we're just awaiting now at our triage for any other casualties or any other injuries.
Everybody all right where you are, Lieutenant?
Very, very much so right now.
You know, if I were to have an opinion on any subject that I cover, I wouldn't express it publicly. It's not really what I do.
But as a journalist, do you believe that the media should at least cover World Trade Center Building 7, which NIST to this day is yet to explain, the 9/11 Commission report is yet to explain? And I could tell you, I know a survivor who lived through the attacks on 9/11, and he was there by Building 7, and he heard a countdown all the way from 10 all the way to 0 when that third building, which was not hit by an airplane, was brought down in seconds.
It was brought down to the fire before, but that's why the
I know survivors who heard a countdown. BBC also reported 20 minutes before it collapsed that the building collapsed. How come the BBC reported the building collapsed in 20 minutes before?
Now, more on the latest building collapse in New York. You might have heard a few moments ago I was talking about the Salomon Brothers building collapsing. And indeed it has. Apparently that's only a few hundred yards away from where the World Trade Center towers were.
You were in BBC World Studio.
Yes.
And news came in. I think you were the first, not the first, but you said, we're hearing reports now that the Salomon Brothers building has collapsed. Do you not remember
I don't remember it, no. This is all news to me. I'm surprised.
It would have been later, I guess it would have been later for English time.
Oh, yeah, now it's coming back to me, yeah, of course, because at that stage I wasn't doing the morning, I was doing the evenings on the World.
That's right.
So I went with my son to the theatre, heard it on the radio, and then went into the studio, you're quite right.
Yeah.
And I was on that night. You're
That's
quite
right.
Our correspondent, Jane Stanley. Jane, what more can you tell us about the Salomon Brothers building and its collapse?
As you can see behind me, the Trade Center appears to be still burning. We see these...
This sounds so significant. I'm just amazed I didn't know about this. That's potentially very interesting.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah. I'm sorry I can't enlighten you. I mean, gosh, I didn't realize... This is completely news to me. I don't know how it's passed me by, but it has. I sense that you think there's a conspiracy here, but you might be right.
Well, I'm familiar with the controversy. You know, we have given it some coverage, but in terms of my opinion, it's just not anything I would express.
Well, unfortunately, I think we've lost the line with Jane Stanley in Manhattan.